Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Om Vishnupad Purnamhansa Pariprajukacharya Ashtottara Satashi Srimad A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda Ki Jai Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda Ki Jai Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Shama Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan Ki Jai Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Navadip Dham Ki Jai Jagannath Puri Ki Jai Ganga Mai Ki Jai Jamana Mai Ki Jai Tulsi Devi Ki Jai Bhakti Devi Ki Jai Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. This is Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 9, text 3. In my book, it's page 380. Ashradhana Purusha Dharmasyasya Parantapa Aprapya Mam Nivartante Mrityu Sangsara Vartmani Ashradhana Purusha Dharmasyasya Parantapa Aprapyamam Nivartante Mrityu Sangsara Vartmani. Dharmasyasya Parantapa And if someone else. Would you? Okay. Ladies. Word for word.
Ashraddhadhana, those who are faithless. Purushaha, such persons. Dharmasya, toward the process of religion. Asya, this. Parantapa, O killer of the enemies. Aprapya, without obtaining. Mam, me. Nivartante, come back. Mrityu, of death. Samsara, immaterial existence. Vartmani, on the path. Translation? Okay. Those who are not faithful in this devotional service cannot attain me, O conqueror of the enemies. Therefore they return to the path of birth and death in this material world. Purport. The faithless cannot accomplish this process of devotional service. That is the purport of this verse. Faith is created by association with devotees. Unfortunate people, even after hearing all the evidence of Vedic literature from great personalities, still have no faith in God. They are hesitant and cannot stay fixed in the devotional service of the Lord. Thus, faith is a most important factor for progress in Krishna consciousness. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is said that faith is the complete conviction that simply by serving the Supreme Lord, Sri Krishna, one can achieve all perfection. That is called real faith. As stated in the Srimad Bhagavatam 4.31.14, Yatha turor mula nishechanena tripyanti tatskanda bhujopashaka pranopaharach chayatendriyanam tateva sarvarhanam achyuteja. By giving water to the root of a tree, one satisfies its branches, twigs, and leaves, and by supplying food to the stomach, one satisfies all the senses of the body. Similarly, by engaging in the transcendental service of the Supreme Lord, one automatically satisfies all the demigods and all other living entities. Therefore, after reading Bhagavad Gita, one should promptly come to the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita. One should give up all other engagements and adopt the service of the Supreme Lord Krishna, the personality of Godhead. If one is convinced of this philosophy of life, that is faith.
Good. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Shaminiti Namini Namaste Saraswati Deve Gaudavani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarane. However you're most comfortable. If you're comfortable on the seat, then take the seat. If you're more comfortable sitting up, okay. Yeah, come through here. Ashradhana Purusha Dharmasyasya Parantapa Aprapyamam Nivartante Mrityu Sangsara Vartmani. Shraddha means faith. Chapter 9, text 3. Ashadadhana purusha dharmasyasya parantapa aprapyamam nivartante mrityu sangsara vartmani. I heard Srila Prabhupada speak on this verse one time in Toronto, and he spoke of Shraddha as interest. Interest. We, just like you've come here today, you have some interest. That means some faith. That, all right, let us go. Something will be there. We won't completely waste our time. Some faith is there. Maybe Bhagavad Gita, something will be there. That's interest. Or more keen interest. We want to hear Bhagavad Gita. What does Krishna have to say? Some interest. But Prabhupada said the problem is you have no interest. People have no interest in understanding the purpose of human life. Simply interested in eating nicely, sleeping nicely, defending themselves, and having sex enjoyment. For that we have lots of interest. And for spiritual realization, Prabhupada said, you have no interest. This is ashraddha, no interest. And what is the result of no interest? No interest means aprapyamam nivartante. No interest in Krishna, we won't attain Krishna. Oh, what is Krishna to us? Why should we care? Then how will we reach Krishna? And not reaching Krishna, what will we achieve? Nivartante mrityu sangsara vartmani. We'll continue on the path of birth and death. That we'll achieve. For that we don't even have to have any effort. Automatic, default mode. Automatically will continue the status quo. Birth and death, birth and death, birth and death. To break the status quo, we have to have some interest. How do I get free from this material suffering? How do I get free from material entanglement? That requires some serious interest. But to come back to birth and death again and again, that takes no special effort at all. So Prabhupada said, the problem is you have no interest. The process is there. How to get free from material entanglement. We're not charging anything. It's no secret. Everything is out in the open, Bhagavad Gita, as it is. But Prabhupada said, you have no interest. That's the problem. So here, Shraddha, faith, some initial faith. And from where do we get faith? Mula Sadhusanga, from the association of devotees. If we associate with thieves, we'll become thieves. If we associate with philanthropists, we'll become philanthropic. If we associate with devotees, we'll become devotees. This association is crucial. We become like our association. So, faith is created by association with devotees. But unfortunate people, even after hearing authoritative knowledge from Vedic literature, still have no faith. That means misfortune. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, Prabhupada cites Shraddha Shabde Vishvash Kori Sudridha Nishchoy Krishna Bhakti Koilo Sarva Karma Kritohoy. That Shraddha means strong, determined confidence that simply by serving Krishna, I'll do everything. I don't have to have some separate program. how to get knowledge, how to get detachment, how to see to my material necessities. Just by serving Krishna, I'll get everything. Krishna bhakti koilo sarva karma kuto. I don't have to do separately yoga or any other kind of spiritual practice. If I simply serve Krishna, everything will be achieved. And the Prabhupada cites that by putting water on the root of the tree, the whole tree is benefited. By putting food in the stomach, we distribute food to the whole body. So by serving Krishna, we accomplish everything. He's the root of the tree of all existence. Therefore, this very significant, and all the demigods, other living beings, they're also satisfied. They're also satisfied. Yes. Devarshi Bhutaptra, thank you, that's the verse. Devarshi Bhutaptra Nirnam Patrinam Nakinkaram Nayam Rajan Rini Charajan. One is no longer a debtor. Now we have debts. To the demigods, they're providing water, sunlight, everything. The rishis are giving us books of knowledge. Devarshi, then Bhuta, even animals like dogs are giving us service. Devarshi Bhutapta, our relatives, other human beings, our ancestors, we're inheriting genes, if nothing else, from our ancestors. So we have a debt to all of these, to the demigods, to the sages, to the ancestors, to human society, even to the dogs and cats. But all of our debts are discharged if we simply serve Krishna. Therefore, and this line is significant, after reading Bhagavad Gita, one should promptly come to the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita. Otherwise, what's the use? Prabhupada called it armchair speculation. You know, we sit in a parlor somewhere talking about the Upanishads, talking about Bhagavad Gita, talking about spiritual, this book, that book. And at the end, it was a very nice discussion. Thank you so much. No action. Just talk. Let's get together again sometime and chat it up some more. But no conclusion. But Bhagavad Gita, just like Arjuna, Krishna is telling Arjuna, you have to fight. And at the end the question is, are you now ready to fight? Not, did you enjoy the discussion? Nashta moha smritir labdha tvat prasada mayachuta stitosmi gata sandeha kodashe bhatranam tava. Yes, my illusion is now gone. I've regained my memory by your mercy. Now I'm rightly situated, and I'll do what you say. Kodashe bhatranam tava. I'll follow your word. That's reading Bhagavad Gita. Prabhupada puts it so nicely. After reading Bhagavad Gita, one should promptly come to the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita. One should give up all other engagements and adopt the service of the Supreme Lord, Krishna, the personality of Godhead. Sarva dharman pratyajya mamekam sharanam vraja. Conclusion. Prabhupada said, that's faith. If one is convinced of this philosophy, that's faith. Yeah. Read.
Now, the development of that faith is the process of Krishna consciousness. There are 3 divisions of Krishna conscious men. In the 3rd class, there are those who have no faith. Even if they are officially engaged in devotional service, they cannot achieve the highest perfectional stage. Most probably they will slip after some time. They may become engaged, but because they haven't complete conviction and faith, it is very difficult for them to continue in Krishna consciousness. We have practical experience in discharging our missionary activity that some people come and apply themselves to Krishna consciousness with some hidden motive, and as soon as they are economically a little well situated, they give up this process and take to their old ways again. It is only by faith that one can advance in Krishna consciousness.
So this is an analysis: third-class faith, second-class faith, first-class faith. Third-class faith is called Kamala Shraddha, pliable faith, soft faith, not strong, soft. It's kind of sentiment. Oh, this is so nice. And one has some faith for a few days, or whatever it may be. There was one boy in Boston one time who was Eddie the hairdresser. Actually, he was a hairdresser by occupation. And he became attracted to Srila Prabhupada. He was very respectful, and Prabhupada would be leaving the temple, and Eddie would be there to help Prabhupada put on his shoes. Prabhupada said, "Oh, you're so nice." So a couple days, lectures, 2-3 days. And then on the morning walk, Eddie asked Srila Prabhupada if he could be initiated. And Prabhupada said, "First you learn the philosophy. Then we can see about initiation." Prabhupada said, "If today you come on sentiment, tomorrow you'll leave on sentiment. Today you come on sentiment, tomorrow you leave it, because that's the nature of sentiment. Today I feel this way, tomorrow I feel a different way. Today I'm totally into Krishna consciousness, tomorrow I'm into cocaine." Just wherever the mind takes me. That means maybe little interest, little faith, but not so much. By some other influence, immediately I'll change my mind. Because it's not backed up by philosophical understanding or conviction. It's just a kind of sentiment. Or, as Prabhupada mentions here, there's some ulterior motive. When I was initiated with 3 other boys. One of them was a student at Brooklyn College. He'd been coming to the temple for quite some time. He had beads, he was chanting, and attending school. And he was doing some work study. He would come to the temple, participant observer. So he was studying Krishna consciousness and at the same time participating. Yes, come in. So he was coming and participating, and then he got initiated, and then we never saw him again. He got initiated, he participated all the way, then he wrote his paper and got his whatever certificate, and that was that. Because he wasn't coming sincerely, let me become a devotee of Krishna, let me take up this process. It was simply for getting a degree, cheating. So that kind of, so Prabhupada notes that sometimes a hidden objective. We're in some economic trouble, so we come to the temple and become devotees. And then when our money problem is solved, then we go back out. This is third class. Yeah.
As far as the development of faith is concerned, one who is well versed in the literatures of devotional service and has attained the stage of firm faith is called a first-class person in Krishna consciousness. And in the second class are those who are not very advanced in understanding the devotional scriptures, but who automatically have firm faith that Krishna Bhakti, or service to Krishna, is the best course, and so in good faith have taken it up. Thus they are superior to the third class, who have neither perfect knowledge of the scriptures nor good faith, but by association and simplicity are trying to follow. The third class person in Krishna consciousness may fall down, but when one is in the second class he does not fall down, and for the first class person in Krishna consciousness there is no chance of falling down. One in the first class will surely make progress and achieve the result at the end. As far as the third class person in Krishna consciousness is concerned, although he has faith in the conviction that devotional service to Krishna is very good, he has not yet gained adequate knowledge of Krishna through the scriptures like Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. Sometimes these third-class persons in Krishna consciousness have some tendency toward karma yoga and jnana yoga, and sometimes they are disturbed. But as soon as the infection of karma yoga or jnana yoga is vanquished, they become second-class or first-class persons in Krishna consciousness. Faith in Krishna consciousness is also divided into 3 stages and described in Srimad Bhagavatam. First-class attachment, second-class attachment, and third-class attachment are also explained in Srimad Bhagavatam in the 11th canto. Those who have no faith even after hearing about Krishna and the excellence of devotional service, who think that it is simply eulogy, find the path very difficult, even if they are supposedly engaged in devotional service. For them, there is very little hope of gaining perfection. Thus, faith is very important in the discharge of devotional service.
So the Bhagavatam links these two together, faith and knowledge. When we have knowledge, then our faith becomes strong. You punch in your destination in Google Maps, and now you're confident, I'm going the right way, because you're hooked into a source of reliable knowledge. So you have faith that I don't have to worry about it. In the old days, you'd go to a gas station and ask directions. Anyway, the same principle. So those who have strong scriptural knowledge and strong faith, they're the first-class devotees. Their faith is not sentimental. They have knowledge. They understand the philosophy. They understand what Krishna is saying. So their faith is very strong. It's not just, do you believe this? Yeah, well, why? Well, it's nice. It's not like that. They have a good command of the philosophy, or first-class command of the philosophy. The first-class devotees, practically undefeatable in the philosophy. So he has thorough knowledge and strong faith. So he's in the first-class position. And the second-class person is not as conversant with Vedic knowledge, and his faith, it correspondingly is also not as strong. But it's not bad. He's in the middle. He may not be first class, but he's not third class. He has some knowledge, he has some faith, and by good association and by following the principles of Krishna consciousness, step by step, he'll become first class. He'll become first class. But the third class devotee is in a very perilous situation because his faith is weak and he doesn't understand the philosophy, not familiar with the philosophy. So even though he may have some devotion to Krishna, somebody comes and says, why are you doing this? Why don't you do that? And he can't say anything. Well, I'm doing this because, I think it's kind of like I'm getting something from it, but no, you're not getting anything from this. This is coming from the devil. Oh. His faith is weak. So someone comes with some arguments and he leaves. because his faith is weak, and his knowledge is also weak. So what strength does he have? And maybe even his motives are weak. He's not coming out of his sincere desire to serve or to understand. He's coming with mixed motives. So mixed motives, weak faith, not much understanding. Now, by good association, he may get free from that and become second class. It's not that he has to go down. He may come up, but he's in a shaky position. From shaky, he can become strong, or from shaky, he can fall. So Prabhupada said, don't remain third-class devotees. Become at least second class. Third class is perilous. So become at least second class. So therefore we have these classes. Bhagavad Gita class, Srimad Bhagavatam class. So many books are there. It's not just sentimental faith. Faith doesn't mean blind faith. You just believe it. Oh, we have so many books. We're equipped with philosophical knowledge. So one can take advantage of these books and become strong in understanding, and one's faith will also become strong. By taking advantage of the books, by chanting Hare Krishna, and especially by association with devotees. One can step by step go from third class or even no class to second class and eventually to first class. A Shraddhana Purusha, a human being who has no faith in this message of Krishna consciousness, Dharma, aprapya mam nivartante. He doesn't achieve Krishna, he comes back to the path of birth and death. It's implicit here that one who does have faith, for one who does have faith, the opposite is true. Prapya, he'll achieve Krishna. And he'll get free from birth and death. Jakvadeham punarjanma naiti mameti. For one who understands Krishna factually, janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti tatvata. Jakvadeham punarjanma naiti mameti sarjan. He'll get free from birth and death and go back home, back to Godhead. So this is the benefit. And one who's serious can take advantage of this Krishna consciousness process and make his life successful. All right, let's see if there's some questions. What kind of questions there might be? Prabhu, or comments?
So, Maharaj, those of us who have been around a little while, decades, sometimes it's surprising because you find someone who's going along very nicely, performing nice service, even taking a leadership position, and yet at some point they seem troubled, and then at one point sometimes you don't see them anymore. And so what is the role of these ideas, like the offenses against the name, against the devotees, that can also destroy or heavily damage one's faith and one's enthusiasm for Krishna consciousness?
Well, that's also there. We can do something subversive to spiritual advancement. And that may happen, especially if we offend the devotees, we offend the holy name. Or just by by bad association. He didn't do anything particularly obnoxious. He just kept association with contaminated people, and so the contamination has come back for him. Therefore, from our side also, it's important, if someone shows an interest, then we should give him the opportunity again and again to associate with the devotees. Not just sort of, passively expect that, well, now that he's come, he'll keep coming. Now that he's come, everything's going to be clear sailing. But we should actively see that people get the opportunity again and again to associate with the devotees. It's not just one-off. Oh, he came once, or he came twice, or he got a book. It's all sort of smooth sailing from here on. He'll just take it up and stick to it. If we want to, it's serious business. So if someone wants to achieve Krishna consciousness, then he'll need association. He'll need it, just like he'll need knowledge, he'll need understanding how to practice. And then, just in the military, they train you, they give you guns, they don't just say, oh, you want to join the army? Great, here. March with us. No, you have to be equipped. It's dangerous out there. So those who are serious, we have to go all out to help them, guide them, and when they have doubts, answer their questions, give them opportunities for service, so that they'll come from third class to second class, first class. Is that okay? Something else? Yes, give the microphone.
Gorkush Prabhu, you can go ahead. Yeah, thank you, Tapas Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Maharaj, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to you and all the devotees. Maharaj, my question is like...
Who where? Online, okay.
Maharaj, I connected through Zoom. Sorry, I couldn't come.
That's okay. It's just you sound like a ghost, Suddenly an unembodied voice appears in the room. This is very spooky. No, okay. Tell me.
Is it okay? Yeah, Maharaj. So, as we go through these different stages of first class, second class, third class, what are the few things we should keep in mind to basically progress through different classes? What are the few key criterias or, things to keep in mind?
The two things mentioned in the Bhagavatam, faith and knowledge. Knowledge means knowledge of Shastra. So for knowledge, the books are there. And the message of the book is realized in the association of devotees. Satam prasangat mama virya samvado bhavanti hrit karna rasayana kata. In the association of devotees, we understand the meaning of what we're reading, and it becomes very tasty also. Oh, this is very nice. We get enthusiasm for reading, for understanding. So the books are therefore Prabhupada is always stressing books and books and books. And he said they're not just for distribution, they're for reading. So that's important. And for everything, association. Hiranyakashipu even said that association is like a crystal. It reflects whatever is placed in front of it. So if we associate, again, with devotees, then the more we take that association, and the more we avoid the materialistic association, the more we'll make progress. Asatsanga tyage Vaishnavachar. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was asked by one of his householder devotees, what should be the behavior of a Vaishnava? And he at once said, asatsanga tyag, a Vaishnavachar. One should give up the bad association. What is bad association? Stri sangi eka sadhu. Those who are addicted to women for illicit sex, sense enjoyment, they're one kind of bad association, which is mostly everyone these days. Simply after women, after sense gratification. Stri sangi eka sadhu and Krishna abhakta. Those who are against devotional service, or even not interested in devotional service, that association will drag us down. Come on, we're going to go over to the bar and have a couple of drinks. Come on. Come on, we're going to go watch this movie. Come on, we're going to go do this. We're going to go do that. Come on. So by that association, he becomes influenced. He becomes influenced. If we want to become, what's the word, free from material contamination, then we have to get free from the sources of contamination. So that means changing our association. The drunkard, if he hangs out with his drinking buddies, he'll even if he attends some meeting or takes some cure, he'll slip back by association. So he has to break that association. Sorry, fellows, I've gone sober. And then he avoids them because he knows if I associate with them, if I hang out with them, then my bad habits will take over. And if I associate with the devotees, then I'll get that habit, Hare Krishna habit. So, association. Is that all right?
Yes, thank you, Maharaj, for extending that from knowledge to faith to application and transforming by association. Just like you mentioned in the beginning of the class, Arjuna didn't say that, okay, I heard everything, but he said, Karishye vachanam tava. So he acted upon that.
Yeah, I have to do it. It's not armchair speculation. I have to do something. If I hear that this room is on fire, oh, that's very interesting. Is it a paper fire, or is it an electrical fire, or is it well, it could be paper, it could be electrical, I'm not quite sure. Well, let's think about that. If real understanding means we head for the door, that means we've understood. Otherwise, we're just fools, having a learned discussion about what kind of fire it might be. No, run. Okay, yes.
For those of us who come from atheistic families or families with meat eaters and so forth.
When you hold the microphone close.
How's this? For those of us who come from atheistic families or families with a lot of meat eaters, what are your suggestions for engaging in those relations?
Engaging
in those relations without being susceptible to the effects of bad association.
Limit. If our family members are all materialistic and they're inclined that, what are you doing this for anyway, and how long are you going to stick with it? Then better that we'll limit that association. And, to keep a, what would you say? Keep, for smooth dealings, we may sometimes call them up, we may sometimes visit, but we don't get very much involved with their life because we've chosen a different way of life. Their life is for mrityu samsara, for remaining in material existence and trying to enjoy the products of the material energy. And we've taken a different life. So for that different life, we leave that association behind. Now, again, just for smooth dealings, or maybe they're a little favorable, little interest, maybe they'll also take this up. That's also possible. But not that I dedicate my life to trying to make family members Krishna conscious, and finally they don't become Krishna conscious, and I don't become Krishna conscious. What's the use? If they're a little interested, good, let them come. And then others can speak with them, because especially if they're our parents, they never listen to us. They'll listen to anyone else. Anyway, those are details. But the idea is to strengthen our association with the devotees. And others, we have association, what would you say? Outward association. Oh, so nice to hear from you, and how are you doing today? And ordinary people. It's not that, if the bus driver says to us, "How are you doing?" and he's not wearing tilak, we run the other way. Outwardly, a devotee knows how to deal nicely with everyone. Prabhupada said the symptom of a devotee, sign of a devotee, is that he's a perfect gentleman. Lady. So that not that we become fanatically reclusive and we can't talk to anyone because everyone else is Maya. But inwardly, our dedication is to Krishna, and our close association is with the devotees of Krishna. Something else?
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hold on 1 second. Just to let you know, they're gonna open the curtains at 8:15 with an RT.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
shall we stop?
Because we got to push everything back and get ready.
Okay.
But before we do it, if I can just make one comment. You're talking so much about association importance of that. And while reading the third canto and the teachings of Kapila Dev, I noticed at the beginning of his teachings, there's 8 verses about the importance of association with sadhu. And so I highly recommend that. That is 3, 25, 20 through 27. That's the sadhu sangashtaka within the Bhagavatam. A lot of these themes are there. It's important.
Yes. While we're announcing things, this book that we were talking about the other day is available, Srila Prabhupada's Kirtan Standards. If you'd like to get a copy, you can get one from me, or you can get one from Amogalila, or you can pick one up there. It's probably somewhere. I think they're, what are they? Anyway, whatever you'd like. Give a contribution and take a book. It's giving Srila Prabhupada's instructions on how to perform Hare Krishna Kirtan. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.